Well, the debut everyone is waiting for is just around Amen's corner, and Tiger Woods' return to golf. Eric Kendall and Alex Rosenbaum are here to talk not just about Tiger, but how the tournament will shape up. With Tiger's recent hiatus from golf, who's the favorite in this year's Masters?
Well, I'm going to take a guy. He's been playing well of late. He's had a little bit of a rough history recently in the Masters and majors, but Ernie Els is playing as well as anyone. He's won 2 out of the last 3 tournaments. He's been absolutely phenomenal. His putting's back. His sweet swing's back. If I could have anyone's swing, it would probably be Ernie Els. Him or Fred Couples. They're both so silky and they're great.
I mean, he's been good recently, and I love him. That's why he's #1 on the money list right now.
That's
but
right.
Let's look at his last 5 Masters. 47th, 27th, cut.
Yeah, see, I know your argument here, and he hasn't played well of late, but he's had a good run at the Masters before. Phil Mickelson's first Masters, he edged Els in a playoff that wasn't. He actually ended on the 18th hole, but Els was right there at the end. He can play well at Augusta when he's on top of his game like he is now.
I'm going to talk about someone who's been there. It was there last year when Tiger was still here making money. #2 on that list, and #2 on that list this year is Steve Stricker. He's always been good. He's old. He's kind of coming to his prime in his 40s, but he's really good. He was 6th last year, and I really think he has a good shot to win this tournament.
All right, guys, let's talk about my favorite to win the tournament, Tiger Woods. Clearly, best player in golf. Still, where do you think he finishes?
I think he finishes in the top 10. I think everyone's comparing it to after his father's death. Well, that was something out of his control. This is something in his control. He's pissed off that he let everything out of his control. He's going to focus. I think he's going to do really well in this tournament. And I think he's actually back on his golf game. I mean, everyone watched him play, and he practiced longer than he was supposed to. They had to push back his press conference.
Well, first of all, we don't know if he'll be back on his golf game. He might be hitting the ball well. He might be saying all the right things. But until you get in that moment, when you get in between the ropes at Augusta, you're not going to know how you're going to play. And Tiger, if anyone can do it, Tiger can. But I just don't think he can come back from this long leave of absence. He tried to do it last year. He didn't win a major last year after his knee injury. No. And people were saying he was playing as well as ever because of the new knee. He didn't win a major. He choked in the PGA. He may not be back for a little while. I just think Tiger is usually a machine, but not this time.
I don't expect him to win, as I said already, but Augusta's his course. The last time he finished outside the top 10 was 2004. He always does well here, and I expect it to be the same.
Guys, very solid points. However, you heard it here first. Tiger Woods is going to finish 22nd, just so you guys know. But
I thought he was your favorite.
He is the favorite, but he is going to finish 22nd. But so moving on past Tiger, golf's looking for a new young rising star. So who do you think that's going to be?
I think the new young he's a very popular player. He hails from Colombia. His name is Camilo Villegas. He's a very excited, known as Spider-Man for the way he looks at his putts. He gets down on all 4s instead of just crouching down. He's an exciting guy, big hitter. Very imaginative around the greens, and he's won a tournament this year. He won the Honda Classic earlier, beating out Anthony Kim, who just won recently. He scares me a little. Anthony Kim, when he gets rolling, he can play really well.
He's good, and he's going to be good, but this is going to be the tournament he comes out at, okay? Because he's only made the cut once at the Masters. And, I mean, he's more of a pretty boy of golf. He was voted sexiest golfer of the year by Golfer's Digest back in 06.
He's a good-looking man.
It's on the pass.
But a guy I look to, and this is a real young guy, unlike 28.
Yeah.
He's 20. Rory McIlroy is 20. He's from Northern Ireland.
All the talent in the world, I agree.
He's one of the most talented players, and he got invited after just turning pro to Tiger's tournament. He's going to do really well. He made the top 10 in 2 tournaments, 2 majors last year, and he's going to be very good.
All right, guys. Well, fun fact about Rory McIlroy, he'll be the first person to grace the cover of Tiger Woods Golf along with Tiger in next year's edition. So check that one out.
That's good.
But all right, so talking about the tournament itself, where does the Masters rank for you amongst other majors?
Wimbledon. It's like Wimbledon, okay? It's like if you had to pick, there's a Grand Slam. There's a Grand Slam in both golf and tennis. If you had to pick one to win out of the Grand Slam in tennis, it'd be Wimbledon. It's the prize of tennis. The Masters is that in golf. It's the one, if you had to pick one of the Grand Slam events, that's the one you would take.
Yeah, it's probably the most prestigious, you're right. The U.S. Open is probably the biggest test in golf. That's the one that really gets the players frustrated because of the knee-high rough.
And it's really exciting.
But there's something about Augusta, the pine trees, the roars on the backside on Sunday. It's an unbelievable, I think you poll most of the golfers, they say, Masters, I want to wear the green jacket more than any other tournament. I agree. Masters is #1.
Absolutely. Got to agree with you guys. Plus, I'm wearing an almost green. It's an olive suit.
I was looking for a green jacket. I was.
So I'm going to have to agree with the Masters pick here. But for right now, we've got to step away for a second. But when we come back, it's time once again to test Springs and myself, and this time about baseball. We'll be right back.